Okay, guys, ignore my breakouts. I know I said I was going to do a story time about Ryder in my next video, but I had to get this out. It's kind of important. So, as many of you know, my dad had purchased a puppy for my sister, and a lady he was seeing, I guess she wanted the puppy. I don't know what was going through her mind. Obviously she gives 0 F's about my sister, but my dad took the puppy over there, and because she was wanting to see it, and she ended up the next day when he was getting ready to leave, she wanted him to leave the puppy there, and my sister and my mom had been out of town, so my sister was coming back that day, so of course she had to take the puppy back home because my sister was going to freak out. Well, this lady decides to call the police, claiming it's her puppy and all that kind of nonsense. Well, the point of it is my dad was almost arrested, and she's not allowed to contact us. We're not allowed to contact her. She kept the puppy. We never got it back. I'll be showing a picture of his name and all in a little bit, or at the end of the video. So anyways, she got what she wanted because we had went to all the courts over there. We went to magistrate, we went to the station, the police station, and everything, and at one point they was gonna let us take our puppy home, but I don't know, I guess she looked up laws, had her friends help her, I don't know, smirker, but she showed them a text where my dad had said, like jokingly, that it was hers because, you know, some people, they joke like, oh, this kid's being so bad, I'm gonna let you have him, but of course you're not gonna give away your kid. And she knew this for a fact, but she used that against him. So we had to leave that puppy there. And you know, if my dad was a bad person, then he could have showed the police the messages, and I could have showed the police the messages where she said that one of her dogs was his and kept on. And the thing is that she didn't want him to have that dog because she was scared that he was going to give it to my mom. Okay, and well, it's been a few months now, and you know, my sister is learning to cope because she had gotten attached to the puppy. I mentioned before she has autism, and we were going to train the puppy to be her service dog. So, you know, it was something sick for her to go do something like that. So, but anyways, she got what she wanted, and I guess it's not enough. I think she wanted my dad to say that that's her dog. I don't know. But the thing is a few days ago, guys, someone texted my dad. And I'm not going to mention her name. I'm not going to mention the person who texted him. But they said something that they was in business with her. They was in business with her, and that she was a good person, and I don't know what kind of nonsense. But the thing is like, you know, my dad, he did have feelings for this lady, and so he told her the truth, you know, that he had loved her and everything, and that he wanted something with her. But see, the thing is with her, she had no patience for him. And going back to this about him getting arrested, this is the thing. My dad is still in a legal process of getting his papers. So she knew this. She knew any little thing can mess him up. So she chose to call the police, and who knows, he could have been deported that day. He could have been, but she didn't care. She didn't care if he got deported. She didn't care if my sisters were without their dad. She didn't care about any of that. She didn't care about my sister's feelings. She didn't care about none of that. And I mean, her and my dad can have all these problems and whatever, but to take it out on my sister, like, I mean, how sick do you gotta be? How evil? But this person went on to say that she was a good person, talking about this lady, that she was a good person, and they was in business together. And, well, my dad told her that that was fine, and told her that, and he said, if you're really her friend, take care of her, and give her good advice, you know, so forth. But this, I'm not sure if it was really a friend or if it was her texting my dad, because I'm pretty sure it was her. But because she went, all of a sudden, it did a whole turn like The Exorcist, and she was like, BS. Like, how you going to take someone you don't know? First of all. Second of all, sit there and tell them all these things. Like, no. Well, from there, it's just been like, you know, a turn of events. And, you know, I just feel bad because, you know, my sister had grown attached to that dog. And for them to do something like that, see, I can understand, because to this day, I still don't understand what I did to this lady, because out of nowhere, she stopped texting me as often as she would. And I'm telling you, before, whenever I first started being friends with her, like, I literally had to start turning off my notifications on my freaking messenger, because she would blow my phone up. And it would be like, she'd ask me like 10 questions in one conversation. And like, if I wouldn't answer her on Messenger, she would text me on my phone number. Okay. I mean, and it went from that to her just randomly texting me. And it would be only because she wanted me to agree with something that she thought was right. And I let it slide so many times. I made her feel like she was in the right, and I'm wrong for that. I accept that. But she was wrong too for what she did. Because a lot of times she knew what she was doing was wrong, but she didn't care. And that's why I don't care. And when I say I don't care, I mean like what happens with her. I don't wish no bad on nobody, because that stuff comes back on you. And lately my karma has been pretty good. I've had some health problems, which is why I haven't been hardly on Facebook. I haven't hardly been on here, which I hardly wasn't before, but even worse now because I've been going through some health issues, and thank God they're clearing up. But I just don't understand. I look at my little sister and I just don't understand how someone can be that evil to take away a dog that was supposed to be an autistic child service dog. I showed her one time how bad my sister goes into a meltdown. Usually she would take off running when she started going to a meltdown, and she would flip. Like, it was crazy. She would flip in the air. But now, she's older, and, it's just harder to, like, calm her down, because they taught us, to, like, hold my sister in a bear hug to try to calm her down, because I guess the way you hold them and squeeze them, it, like, helps them to calm down. But guys, it was so bad when she found out her puppy was not coming home. That wasn't helping. Like, we literally had to take my sister to the hospital because she was puking. Like, she was having such a bad, like, meltdown. She was puking and trying to hit her head against the wall and everything. Like, she was flipping out. So, that's why I'm holding a grudge. And I just want to make this clear. If it is a friend that texted my dad, that person can't be in contact with us. She got what she wanted. She got our puppy. She got her way. What else does she want? Why is she texting my dad? Like, guys. But, I know I said I wasn't going to bring up this drama no more. But really, I have never seen in my life somebody be like this, like, towards my family. Like, it's ridiculous. But, what goes around comes around. So, I'm just waiting for the come around to come. Because, there's nothing else we can do. We tried, and the most we was going to get out of it is, like, suing her and as for, like, a certain amount of money. We don't want the money. We don't want her money. We don't want anything from her. We just wanted our puppy back, but it's ridiculous. Oh, and then she went ahead and was trying to insinuate to the police that my dad had poisoned her dogs because her dogs were dying. Okay, she went and took her last puppy that passed away, had an autopsy done, and supposedly it had, I can't remember, I think they said parvo or something. But just to help her case and get her way, she sat there and lied on my dad like that. My dad would never do something like that. Like, I told you guys what happened to his bulldog, Capone. Why would he go and inflict that kind of pain onto another dog? No. And she knows my dad. Like, he has a good heart, and he's nice and caring. But she didn't care. The way I seen it is that she was getting her money off her puppies that she had just had, and she was like, I'm done. That's an extra money right there. Screw him. Because I don't know what goes through her mind that she thinks that, that money's going to last her a long time. Because, my dad was in there helping her. And then she went ahead to tell people supposedly my dad wasn't helping her. Okay, these are her friends. Explain to me, because when I met her, she told me to my face, she admitted it, that she's not the hardest working person. And it was just her and her dogs. She don't have no kids. She don't have nothing there. But she couldn't pay her bills. Like, literally, she didn't know how she was going to pay her light bill. She didn't know how she was going to buy dog food and all kind of stuff. Tell me, how did she make it all this time? And why was it that after my dad giving my mom money for my sisters and going to her house, he no longer had money? He would rather go to work and not even have enough to get him something cold to drink, so that way she would have. But yeah, supposedly my dad wasn't helping her. My dad taught her how he inseminates. He taught her everything. So maybe she paid attention. So hopefully she did, so that way she can do her own business. But because I'm telling you, my dad, he would go over there. And my dad, at his job, he stands on his feet all night long. I mentioned that before too. And to go back to her house, like that Friday evening or whatever, and to go to her house, to go and clean her yards, cut the grass, clean her house, cook, whatever. Like I remember him telling me that one time he got over there and she told him she was going to cook for him. So he went out to the yard and was cleaning it, cutting the yard. It was freaking hot. He came inside and she was just sitting there on the phone. So my dad had no choice but to take them out to eat, because if not, he wasn't going to eat. And he had no way to get home except from her. And one time he was telling me, because I remember he had made a good check that week, and he wanted to put her to a test to see what happened. So he asked her, to let him borrow $20. So she was like contemplating it, like not wanting to, and then she let him hold the $20. They started to leave, and she needed gas in her car. So she started acting dumb and started getting on her phone and everything. Didn't offer to pay for her own gas. So he had to take out that $20 to put gas in her car and to buy them something to eat. And because he left his money here. And he found it hilarious because she was going to let him borrow $20 but to spend on her. Like, classy. Well, that's just how she is. Like, she's really selfish and entitled. She thinks things should be her way at all times. And if you don't agree with her, you're out. Like, and guys, let me tell you something. See, I defended her to two ladies that was on Facebook. Had it out with them. But, I've always been the kind of person, if I say something, I'm going to say it to your face. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I was wrong this time. So, I admitted it. I admit it now. And so I found the lady who I had, insulted, and I talked to her and I was like, hey, I'm sorry about what I said, and I told her what was going on. And, she was really nice about it. She accepted my apology, and this lady was so nice. She even, gave me advice, for puppy formula, things like that, because, I still have business. I have, money coming in and everything like that, but, I'm just not out there as much right now because of this, But, I went to this lady and I apologized. The other girl had blocked me, but, I'm sorry to her too. But I did text this lady. I was like, I'm sorry. And she was telling me she understood, because I mean, I thought of myself as a good friend because, I was taking up for her. I felt sorry for her. But I was wrong. And this lady, she didn't have to accept my apology, but she did. And, she told me what happened between them. And she was telling me about a lot of things. And I knew she was telling me the truth because I've seen it with my own eyes, things that she's been doing. And it's like a constant thing now. Like, well, it was a constant thing because I don't have nothing to do with her. She would throw basically like a tantrum when she didn't get her way. Like, one of her friends won money on a scratch-off ticket. She had a pure out temper tantrum over the money. Like, she can't help that she had some luck. So, why you mad? But I'm guessing that's just how she is, so. But my dad, he had heard things that she had been cheating on him while they was together, and he had seen some messages and things like that. And he just brushed it off because my dad, he doesn't speak much English. He knows some words and stuff. He's starting to learn. But this was the lady he wanted to marry. He had bought her a ring and everything. And he just told me, he was like, get rid of it. And he sent somebody to go pick it up that night because they had broke up. He was going to ask her to marry him. And I mean, he already had before. But he was going to, like, give her a ring and everything. And I showed it to her too. And she didn't want to believe me. But yeah, he had gotten her one. It was a really pretty one. And, she didn't want to believe me. I'm sitting there holding the ring, showing it to her. But, some good did come out of this because my dad has moved on. And yes, he has a big heart. So he didn't want to pursue no charges on her. He didn't want to do, anything bad towards her. He's just like, leave it. Because we just have to move on. And he's getting married. And, he met this lady, like, through his family. And, guys, y'all should see the house that he's building over there. It is nice. And, he's been, able to do that because we're, expanding our business more and more. And he met this lady, and she's really nice, and I'm happy for him. I mean, like, it was coming to a point with this other woman that I was like, you had to leave her alone. Like, quit going back to her. She's no good. She's just causing you problems for nothing. I'm like, you've seen the proof with your own eyes. Why continue? She's in there listening to her friends instead of having your back. I'm sitting there. Now, my dad is, really my stepdad, but he helped raise me too. So I call him my dad. But she was like getting mad and everything like that. Okay, well, my mom is my biological mother. If they were still together, why would I cover it up? Why would I do anything like that? Because nobody deserves to be cheated on. I wouldn't want it done to me. So why would I go help somebody do it to someone else? And my dad doesn't believe in that mess, no, either. But it don't matter. Because, he found someone that really appreciates him. My mom's with someone that makes her happy as well. They're moving on with their lives. And everything is good here. So, I really hope that for whoever's sake, whoever texted my dad, if it was her friend, her mama, her dad, uncle's best friend's cousin, I don't know. Y'all need to get some sense. Because if y'all in business, you need to have sense. Like, I did business with her. I knew, it was taking a risk whenever I went into business. And I do appreciate that she took a chance on Jack. Because, he wasn't proven yet at that time. And, he made big litters. And, with the money she got off of all of his puppies, she was able to, do repairs on her house and redo her whole bedroom and everything. So, yeah, she got a good amount of money. And, one thing that really annoyed me, and I said it before too, is like, my dad did inseminations, and she was basically making it seem like I should be the one to pay him and whatever, which he didn't charge her. It was because she had said that she was going to give him a puppy. Each time that those dogs were pregnant, I'm going to give you a puppy. I'm going to give you a puppy. Last minute, go and sell it. So, she did him really bad. And then, like, with Lizzie's puppy, when she was a puppy, he was supposed to get, a puppy too, because he did the inseminations. He did all of them. And she sat there and hassled those people until she got her puppy. And then she turned around because she wanted Lizzie. And I know she went and sold her puppy out of anger because she wanted Lizzie, because Lizzie's completely white. And I wasn't giving her up. And I'm not ever going to give her up either. So, well, she turned around and sold that puppy she got because supposedly her dog kept beating it up because they couldn't get along on all kind of crap. And that's another issue, is she cannot control that female she's got, and that's what annoys me the most, is how she, like, spoils her. And I might sound crazy, but it's like whenever you see a child out in public and they're spoiled and they start throwing tantrums because they want something, that's what her dog was reminding me of. I was done because after Jack had those puppies with that dog, and the way her female was acting, I was like, I can't keep using that one. The other females was good, like no problems or nothing, but you know, that's just how it is. So I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up. I just wanted to get this out here. Probably Monday, whenever in a couple days I'll put up the story time. I just haven't been able to because I told you, like I said, you know, I've been dealing with some health problems. But this is what's been going on, guys. See, I lost the paper. If not, I will show you guys what she said. Like, she knew my dad is still legally married to my mom. They still haven't finalized their divorce or anything, and she knew this. I went and printed out the messages where she was over there telling my dad that when was he going to get a divorce? When's he going to get a divorce? She didn't want him around my mom. Blah, 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 blah. Now, how you going to turn around and tell the police that supposedly you didn't know he was married? You know you lying. Dude. And I'm not saying, you know, it's a horrible thing, because I mean, they were broken up, but still, don't lie either. But anyways, I'm gonna wrap this up, guys, and just keep an eye out for the next video, and I promise you guys I'm gonna try to get it out. So I'll see you guys next time, and just stay tuned.
So